I have been sitting with this feeling for a while now, and I think it just needs to be said out loud. I don't know where I'm supposed to be right now. And I don't mean that in a crazy, dramatic, existential spiral way, but rather in a more practical way. I mean, geographically, emotionally, professionally, I genuinely don't know. But I also think that's the whole point. Not knowing. There's this version of my life where I just go, I leave, I travel, I move cities, I move across continents, across the world, and I start somewhere new. London, California, Singapore, Tokyo. Doesn't really matter, but it's somewhere that feels like mine, like my place. Not necessarily from a place that I come from, but a place that I made my own, where I found my own community. And that version sounds so cool and amazing in my head. But there's this another version of me where I stay close to home. I stay closer to my parents, and I build something that's real and grounded. And that version also sounds great, just in a different way. And now the problem is, I want both at the same time. And being 23, almost 24, and wanting everything is apparently very annoying, as I come to find. And here's the part that I don't see a lot of people talking about enough or honestly. It's not about the travel or the romance around it or posting about it on social media or the cities or any of that. It's about the fact that when you're building something that's real, like a tangible brand, a business, a life that looks nothing like what anyone around you is building, the decisions just suddenly feel so much more enormous and weighted. And every single decision, every single choice you make feels like it's closing a door somewhere. And you're constantly having to negotiate with yourself, or at least that's how I feel about it all. Like, if I spend money traveling, I'm not saving for the business. And if I stay home, I'm not building the life I want. I'm not fully living out the life I'm meant to live out as a young 20-something-year-old. If I move countries, I'm far away from my parents. And if I stay, I feel stuck in a small town. And that's the endless cycle. There's no clear answer. There's no answer, it seems. And there's just this constant negotiation that goes on and on and on and on. You see, I'm from a family where proximity really matters, where being close is love, practically speaking. And I also have a very specific picture in my head of who I want to become and where I want to do that. And those two things are in direct tension. As I've come to find it, that is not a very unique problem. I think a lot of people who grew up in families like mine feel this. They go through this exact problem. It doesn't have to be blood family. It can be chosen family. You love your family. You love your people deeply. And you also know that who you're becoming might not fit in the same zip code as them. And that's not a bad thing. It's just the truth of the matter. And it's also a lot to hold. What I've been telling myself lately is the feeling of being lost isn't necessarily a problem to solve at face value. It's just the feeling of being in the middle of something. You are not lost because you made wrong choices or the wrong decisions. You're simply lost because you're in middle of where you were and where you're about to be. You're in kind of in the mid-build phase. And what I've come to find is mid-build is always chaotic. It's meant to be complete chaos. The travel, the moving, the cities, the decisions, the movement, the graduation, everything, all of it. None of that is going anywhere. I can still do all of that, and I will do all of that, but I have something that I'm actively building right now that needs me more than any other city does at the moment. And so for now, I am choosing to stay. It's not necessarily a decision that stems from having given up on the other version, but because I know what the other version costs and I'd rather earn it. I don't know if this video has a point exactly or an agenda, but I think I just wanted to say that if you're in your 20s and you just feel like everyone else has it figured out and you're just negotiating with yourself every single day, debating every little decision that might impact your life in ways you never thought of, because it might, it doesn't mean you're behind. I in fact think it's a complete opposite. You might actually be ahead of all the people that you think have it all figured out, because come on, who really does? It means you actually care about where you end up. So enjoy the process, enjoy making mistakes, and enjoy learning from them. That's all I had to say for this video.